Before you scroll, let's talk about the part of a circle. So you talk about the center of a circle, simply the midpoint, and you talk about the radius of a circle, that is the line from the center of the circle joining any part of the circumference. All right, so it simply means from here to the circumference. How about the diameter? The diameter is simply that line from one part of the circumference passing through the center to another part of the circumference. All right, how about a chord? A chord is simply that line segment joining one part of the circumference to another part. It's not passing through the center in this case. How about arc? Arc is simply a portion of the circumference. Of course, you've heard about the circumference now. It simply means the joining around that of that circle. Simply put it as the perimeter, which means going around that circle. That's the circumference. How about we've talked about arc. Now let's go to a sector. A sector is simply the region between two radii. So it simply means you have a radius this way, you have a radius this way, radius. Now put it that the whole of the space is your sector. Let's go to a segment. A segment is that region that is between the arc of a circle and a line segment. So simply put it that this is your segment. So you have a chord, that which is a line segment, and the arc. Now let's go to a tangent. A tangent is simply that part of a circle, all right? I mean, it's simply a line meeting a circle at an external part, all right? Now that is a tangent. So this is a tangent, this line meeting the circle externally. Now, how about a normal? Before we go to a second, a normal simply joins the tangent perpendicularly. So perpendicularly simply means that this is going to be what? 90 degrees. All right, so now let's go to what a secant is all about. So a secant in this case is just a line. All right, it's just a line passing through the circle. All right, it's different from a chord. So it's in a chord, it's a line segment, but in a secant, it's just a line passing through the circle. It can move out, all right, it just touches the circumference of the circle and just continues on its own journey. So this is what I've talked about the circumference, we've talked about normal. So this is just the part of a circle. I'm sure by now you know what any part of a circle is all about. Orúkọ tèmi ni olùkọ́ni Ọlájídé from PediaTutors.